So I finally watched Little Mermaid movie, and all I can say is go and see this movie if you haven't seen this movie. This movie surprised me with how good it was. It's no doubt going down as Disney's best live action adaptation. If you follow the negative comments surrounding this show, all the false paparazzi, all the bad comments, all the Disney's problem, you probably be denying yourself 2 hours of fun. Yeah, this movie is 2 hours long because they decided to elaborate some parts of this movie, to give us like the full juice, and that was good and perfect in my opinion. The elaboration was needed. What is a live action adaptation if they don't add few things that will change the movie and make it better? So the elaboration was needed. I'm not complaining about it. This movie is currently doing so well at the box office. People are giving good reviews and good ratings about this movie. So what more can you ask for in a movie? The CGI and the VFX of this movie blew me away, guys. It was astonishingly good. The sea life was so amazing. It was almost as if you can feel it. The mermaids in the sea, the fishes, all the sea life, everything that was happening under the sea felt so real. The only bad CGI for me is Hallie's hair moving under the water. Sometimes it looks fake, like you can literally tell, oh, this is a CGI. But other than that, the CGI was perfect. The movement was so swift. The water details was so good. There was this shot where they kind of like showed the sea view very well. I think it was when Hallie was singing the part of your word performance and she was trying to reach to the surface of the ocean. The view was so magical. Like watching this movie in the cinema and seeing this view, you literally feel like you're under the sea with her as well. That was how beautiful it was. At first, I was low-key at the side of naysayers waiting to see how this movie turns out because from the trailer, the movie kind of looked so dark, and I don't know why they decided to choose only the dark sides to add to the trailer. But this movie was colorful, it was bright, it wasn't dark at all. Like the only dark shots in this movie were needed. Every other thing was perfect and well executed. Halle Bailey as Ariel is like one of the best decisions Disney has ever made because she perfected this role so well. It was almost as if no actress can actually perform Ariel, guys, because she embodied it. She was so good. Her singing voice was so magical, and what made it so magical is the fact that this is actually her natural singing voice. Like that alone is perfect enough to have her as Ariel. It was almost as if Halle Bailey was born for this role because she was so perfect. The other cast surprised me as well. Jonah Hewer, I don't know if I got the name right, playing Prince Eric was perfect. It was almost as if he's the real animated version come to life because they got the makeup, they got the look, they got the costume, everything was perfect. The only thing bad about Prince Eric is the music performance. He performed the new song that I felt like it should have been scrapped because it didn't hit me anything, but maybe you like it. But in my own opinion, nah, they should have kept it. Sebastian wasn't bad, but I needed more. I was highly looking forward to see the Under the Sea performance, and you guys, it was well executed. The fishes dancing, the music, how Ariel was kind of like adding ad-libs to the song, and I feel like that's the climax of Sebastian's performance. So the Under the Sea performance was good. The flounder was amazing. The voice actor was so perfect, but I feel like he was more of a side character than how main character he was in the animated version because he wasn't really at everything. He wasn't really there. Scotty was amazing. Scotty was funny. Scotty was being Scotty literally. Aquafina playing Scotty. At first I was like, why Aquafina? Why make Scotty a female? But Aquafina delivered. I'm never going to lie. The funny humor was there. There was a scene where Scotty rapped. It was needed because people at the cinema were all laughing, and I believe that was the goal, to get people to laugh and everything. Sir Grimsby was different and more caring this time around. I like the relationship he had with Prince Eric. I like that he was on his side, being his little sidekick, saving him from the queen. And also the queen was perfect. Having the queen around was needed. I went back to watching the animated version and see how everything was kind of like rushed when Ariel turned into a human, and then see how more detailed kingdom, Prince Eric's household, the queen. It was good and needed. I love that this film didn't follow the normal family dynamic pattern of Prince Eric not having a mom. So all these little tiny details they added is not bad. And finally, Melissa McCarthy as Ursula. You guys, I was literally looking out to see Ursula, guys, and then Ursula came and delivered. Prior to watching this movie, I've seen some clips of Melissa McCarthy as Ursula, and I immediately hated the performance because performing Poor Unfortunate Souls is like the peak of Ursula in this movie, guys. And then the clip I saw earlier on before watching this movie, this part in the performance where she said they called her well a witch. In the animated version, how Ursula said the well a witch with so much joy and happiness as she was telling Ariel the story.
They weren't kidding when they called me well a witch.
But Melissa McCarthy's own was like,
they weren't kidding when they called me well a witch.
I hated the like, I wanted the energy the animated version of Ursula had, but I like that Melissa McCarthy brought her own version of Ursula. I like that she was able to add her own spice, but the animated version is still the best Ursula, guys. I had two devilish eels, Jessam and Flasham. It was good to see them again, but they don't get to talk in this live action. You know, in the animated version, they were the ones that kind of like persuaded Ariel into coming to meet Ursula, but in this live action, it was a bit different. I don't want to go into spoilers or anything like that. This movie is literally 8 over 10 in my opinion. It was perfect. It was well crafted. So if you haven't seen this movie, just go see this movie. It's just a full-on 2 hours ride where you get to see the beauty and the magic of Disney. I mean, at this point, if Moana remake is going to live up to this Little Mermaid remake, I'm all in, guys. I mean, hear me out. We have other animated movie that can get live action adaptation, like The Hunchback of Notre Dame. I would like to see the live action for this, because from the performance of this Little Mermaid, it's going to be good. So just go see this movie if you want to, or you can wait till it comes out in digital on Disney Plus, anyone that suits you. But don't follow the naysayers and people bashing this movie. Talk about Disney problem. I'm like, why so much hate? Let me know what you think about this movie in the comment section. I'm going to see the new Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse movie next week, and I'll probably drop my review as well. Thank you for watching. I'll see you guys in my next video. I'm out of here.